Welcome to the Adirondacks. A great high adventure is in store for you here on the lakes and streams or on the high peaks of this legendary wilderness preserve. We offer you an almost endless array of opportunity designed to satisfy first-time crews as well as those looking for the rigor and excitement of an unforgettable deep wilderness experience. We are Floodwood Mountain Scout Reservation, and we are here to provide you with a super high adventure at one of our two facilities, Rollins Pond Canoe Base or West Pine Mountain Trek Base. But before you and your crew set off on your Adirondack adventure, you will want to spend some time with our highly trained staff, checking out all the important information you will need to know to ensure a safe and exciting trek. You will meet your Voyager, who will be guiding you through your entire trek, ensuring that all goes well and that you have a great time. He will check out your canoeing or backpacking skills and help you make final arrangements for your trek. He will review with you gear you will need to take and gear that you should leave at base camp. He will provide you with instruction in all the basics so that everyone is ready for the adventure. While you are at base camp, both before you begin your trek and after your return, you will stay in a campsite with all the gear needed to cook your meals and to get a good night's rest. Bright and early the next morning, you will be off on your trek. Let's follow a typical crew on some of the highlights of their canoe adventure. They put into the water on Long Lake to begin a 50-miler that will take them down the lake and along the Racket River, portaging around the falls and continuing up Stony Creek to Indian Chapel. They then carry on to Middle and Upper Saranac, working their way back to Floodwood through a series of small ponds and streams. The first night they camp in a lean-to at the lower end of Long Lake. With the help of their Voyager, they set up camp, cook their dinner, put up their bear bag, sit around the campfire, and turn in early to be ready for tomorrow and another great day. Later in their trek, they will have the opportunity to side hike Ampersand Mountain, taking in the spectacular views of the lakes, ponds, and high peaks. A short paddle away is the locks connecting Middle and Lower Saranac Lakes. You don't get too many opportunities to go through locks in a canoe. While most crews choose to take on the canoeing adventure we have just described, some older and more experienced crews may choose to explore the high peaks area of the Adirondacks instead. Scouts typically set out on a 5-day backpacking trek, taking with them all the food, clothing, and gear they will need while they're on the trail. They ascend Mount Marcy, the highest peak in the state of New York, as well as many other peaks that offer spectacular views. As with the canoe trips, all crews are accompanied by a highly trained Voyager that is experienced in backcountry travel. With both the backpacking treks and the canoe treks, minimum crew size is 4 paid participants, and the maximum size is 11 plus your Voyager. However, some parts of the high peaks have lower maximum crew sizes, so it's important for you to decide what you will be doing and where you will be going on your trek. Every crew with at least 4 paid crew members is allowed 1 free advisor. Each crew is required to maintain 2 deep leadership throughout their trek. While it is strongly preferred that units provide 2 advisors, one of whom is over 21 for each of its crews, as an exception, your Voyager may count as the second advisor. Crews should plan to arrive Sunday of the week of their trek and leave before noon the following Sunday. Any variation from these times must be arranged with the camp director. While you are at base camp, both before and after your trek, there are still other exciting activities for you to try if time permits. Many crews hike up Floodwood Mountain to sleep under the nighttime sky. Others try out archery or fishing. But by far our favorite activities are water skiing, rock climbing, and rappelling. You can test your skill as a water skier, and if you're good enough, you can earn the merit badge. For those scouts who have never water skied before, our staff will give them the basics so they can take advantage of this exciting opportunity. Once you've tried your luck at water skiing, you can move around to our rock climbing area. Our natural rocks soar over 50 feet into the Adirondack sky. Once again, you'll receive all the necessary safety instructions, as well as tips on how to master our rock face. There are different routes up the rocks, designed to match the skill level of any scout. Whether you have never climbed before, or are an experienced rock jock, you will find our rocks to be a memorable challenge. Once you have made it to the top, the next step is backwards, off the face, as you begin your rappel back down the rocks. If you thought climbing was a fun challenge, wait until you experience the ride down. As with all our activities, safety is first. Every scout receives thorough instruction before he begins his climb or descent, and each is anchored with a safety rope and belay. Well, your trek is just about over now. You're on your last night at base camp, thinking back over what has happened to you in the past few days. If you're like most other scouts who have been part of Floodwood's magic for the past 40 years, you are a different person than the fellow who arrived earlier this week. You have experienced things you have never done before. You have seen the awesome beauty of the Adirondacks. Your mind has been opened to a new way of looking at God's most basic gifts to us all. You will have had a taste of something you will want more of over the years, and you will resolve to return to this Adirondack mountain high again and again. And we will be here to help you do it. See you at Floodwood.